game. I think that realistically they just have so much late game damage. But will they get there? Climber looking for an early dive.
Are now potentially in danger. Get chomped on. There's a flash for the root. It means nothing. Great dive so far from LGD.
It's only a couple of minions lost under turret. Flash trying to CC under the turret. Can't quite get in there.
Nice idea.
Xavier spell shielding the passive auto, meaning that he doesn't get rooted. Palkia gets the hook though.
Oh no, that's mental. We'll dive for it, but you'll take the one.
The god of space claims his own in the bot lane.
No idea where Xiaohao is. There he is. They've now got an idea. They'll walk up to him. They'll pillar it. Keep that control ward alive.
Good to keep those wards alive if you can, especially when you're trying to play around Trundle's early pathing. He wants people to brazenly walk up and help support him, just like this. Level 6 on the Annie.
Jumping onto the Azir, gets some souls down, flash over from Xiaohao. Got the Scuttle Crab, by the way. Nice work. Fight after, dangerous. Climber flashing on out. On hits the W, though. Prey Seeker, successful. YCX trying to find some value. Needs to get something onto the Leona, who tries to Zenith Blade out and can't. Savior there with a lot of HP and a lot of low health bars. Wishes he had his flash right now. Good spell shield. Can he get the last couple autos down? Not quite in range. Does he have the speed? Cyclone, though. And, of course, depth charge. I wonder whether they have to give up the second objective here.
Subjugate's up, is used now by Climber.
Trying to jump onto the Trundle. Pillar comes on down, but into the backline. Arm goes with the killer instinct. Well done from him. But where does he go now? He's caught in the back of the pit. Solar Flare is cleansed on out. Zahn can now start trading. XQW, not the best soldier positioning. Not getting that many autos until just now. That left the Leona out to dry. The Boomerang Blade tags on.
Both of them are going to be harder to kill, which means that the game will become about fed AD carries and how do you deal with them and set them up. I think it's easier for EDG to play around the Kai'Sa for the majority of this game. I think if it gets, we saw, stuff like Duskblade or Ghostblade into, a whole bunch of like AD and flat pen items. Sassy could get dove here. Quite dangerous to dive this though.
Charge, they would try to immune there by the public execution, but he's sort of going to bounce around and goes down. Xiaohao picks him up.
Uses the ult to go unstoppable, but can't CC these Nautilus under turret. Palkia, I've been really impressed by this guy. I think he's been playing mechanically very well throughout his games in the LPL as a rookie so far. ZDZ clearing the wave on the other side.
Does manage to do so, but he's going to get dived regardless. Can he get a heal off? No, he cannot. Nice pickup, but now Angel's waiting. Makes it the 1-for-1.
Angel on the roam will gift something back to EDG. Other side, because the wave wasn't cleared by Sassy, it will be first tower going down to, you guessed it, that fed Kai'Sa. 3-1-1, bunch of gold up, 1,000 gold up on the Sivir, who also was involved in that kill on the other side. Can EDG clear any of the plates through here?
And get some value on down as Angel needs to try and dance around, can't do so. Turret shots beginning to fly on down, but no one's really taken aggro as yet. Shuffle out from under the turret, Palkia trying to get some value. We'll be able to get on out here, but the second shot comes on down. And now, actually, ZDZ's turned up. Can maybe flash on in. Stride Breaker first. Looking to get onto XQW, a much more valuable target. Picks him down. TP's flying on through. Decent damage onto Savior, but the second TP will surely be Sassy coming to get some vengeance on the opposite top lane. A good heal, though. Does buy some time. Slice, dice. And YCX is here. Zenith Blade just wide. ZDZ will clear up the cannon. My go.
He clears the cannon, and EDG to their own turret to allow those tower pushes. EDG are winning out, even though it doesn't feel like it's that far apart.
XQW now in danger, especially as the Empress Device just come on down. ZDZ gets a Stride Breaker slow. Xiaohao's donated it.
Universe, which is, for some reason, another universe.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just a universe of pole parties. Sounds pretty great to me.
Fantastic.
Summertime. Let's go.
Push onto the inner turret from EDG. They have a lot more people here than I don't think LGD expected that.
Trying to outplay this. Can maybe look to try and ult over the wall, which is what he was looking for, but it was well read by YCX.
Not sure you should blow the flash there, friend. You're a very important AD carry. Don't lose your flash if you're guaranteed to die there. EDG sent 3 members bot lane and LGD didn't expect it. LGD sent 3 members mid lane and EDG didn't expect it.
Okay, steal away on that Scuttle Crab. Climber potentially in danger. The TPs begin to fly. Depth charge lands onto Trundle. Climber potentially in danger. Gets bounced around. Public execution for the backline. Value coming on down. Sassy low, but ZDZ, much better stuff. The crocodile in the river. It's the natural habitat. Who needs to be an ambush hunter where you can just keep doing lots and lots of damage. Xiaohao jumps on the Azir, and the Emperor collapses.
ZDZ's Renekton has been so powerful. We often refer to Renekton as this early game powerhouse, and plays like this at kind of the early mid game where he's still in his power spike really show you why. Every time Renekton gets an empowered ability, it feels like it is double the power of a regular one. And right here, LGD don't have enough damage to kind of focus down his HP bar. He ends up taking over the back end of the fight. Also worth noting, Xiaohao, similar situation. That
Number straight crushing blow. Brings down the Azir again. Hang on though, we go back towards the bot side. Angel in danger, does get a decent stun off, buys quite a lot of time, forced to flash out of Sassy, and in comes On with the killer instinct.
Teleport, a Kai'Sa ultimate, Atakan spawning in the next few seconds. EDG with 2 kills. Do they think they can start this? I think they can. There are objective bounties already. LGD do have 3 grubs. Hang on a second. I think EDG might have screwed the pooch here a little bit. Yes, a kill or 2 and the Atakan's good, but giving 3 turrets over, including the objective bounty. Oh, they don't get the top lane in it. But giving 2 towers over is a big issue, especially with the objective bounties in there too.
Oh, bloody hell, XQW. You can't miss your Emperor's Divide like that. As EDZ with the dominance rolling. Well, try and buy as much time as I can. They do get the turret, but the Healy's coming on through, but it's actually denied quite a lot there. Palkia now in danger, and they lose the Renekton too. That is 3 turrets.
About that. ZDZ doesn't have dominance, doesn't have Hysterics off cooldown. My dude, I think this is risky.
Oh, into 6 grubs. In comes the TP. Might turn things around. Gets a stun to XQW, force him to shovel away. They'll get the turret. But what about the returning fight after? ZDZ's buying a lot of time. Angel gets a stun. On comes in with the killer instinct. Maybe it was better than we all anticipated because the response time is good. Leona down, has faced the shadowed ground. Savior now in danger himself, has to back away. The Cyclone's rolling. Death charge across multiple members. Savior's trying to buy time, but will not survive the Wukong. And it's a massive play from EDG, and Sassy's just not... This year, anyway, anyone's legend of fun, the success they were hunting for all that time. Yeah, a lot of work.
Doesn't do that much. LPL doesn't do late game scaling comps that much. They don't chill, wait for the big moments. Pillar, solar flare.
On public execution after looking to jump onto Palkia, gets a decent amount of damage back. Has gone for the aftershock this game, try and buy a bit more time, and actually does survive a damn long time. In fact, he's just alive. Gets to go to retirement. On comes on with the killer instinct, gets a flash.
He's helped out some people get some tickets over in LPL China, which is very, very cool. So I have no idea how to do that. Angel getting the stun out of Fog of War. Not quite getting the kill, but XQW very low.
On top of the Malignance pool, has to slide away with the shifting sands, and the sands of time are trickling away for LGD.
Which had 3 different civilizations. One of them used like glass and sand, another one had like clockwork magic and stuff like that. And I can't remember it for the life of me. It's a really good demo though.
A friend of mine had the full game, so I went around to play at his once. I know the game you're talking about.
That is the kind of game I would go back and play because
yeah.
it's got a weird amount of nostalgia for me. I'm not sure if it's anyone like any particularly good game. Anyway, look, EDG been pushing with the Baron buff. They've taken some towers. There's been no real fights. Dragon's up now. I doubt LGD can do much about it. It is a Mountain Soul, by the way, so LGD,
yeah, it's not getting any easier, is it?
So it's not like LGD have contested it. It's gonna go down anyway. There is a ward on it, but I don't think there's that much to do about it.
He's got no flash, so this makes getting into the bit quite tricky, especially there is no blast cone, and the dragon just goes down.
It's age, I suppose. Not the hugest Baron buff ever, but it did get them Mountain Soul as well, so add that onto the tally. ZDZ pops a Dominus and walks at them menacingly.
DDZ slides over the pillar, gets to stay alive for now, and the tier 2 falling in very swift order. Good work there from EDG, who are just continuing to take this opportunity.
One fight. LGD are out of their base for the first time in a while. Baron is up. LGD on the other side, look, you have the late game scaling comp. You've reached the late game now with your items, but you're against a Mountain Soul. SQW doesn't feel confident on that amount of HP. He's recalling right now.
Boy, and YCX not having very much fun at all. Gets go down low. XQW also in danger. The public execution onto Arm, but he's got a massive shield to wear with. Flashed over the wall, finds Savior. It's a triple to On, who keeps autoing for the Quadra.
Panzer?
Can we find them all? On wants that final Infinity Stone to complete the gauntlet. Climber running away, but I think EDG aren't playing for accolades, aren't playing for awards. They just want the only thing that really matters, the 50 gold from the Nexus.
Climber, does he even recall and get back to the base? He's hiding around in Tribrush right now. He's gonna hide out in the enemy jungle to deny the Penta, but he can't defend the base. EDG win game 1.
It's not set or match
the
yet,
roll dashing in sometimes, stops the Galio dashing in sometimes, stops the Viego dashing in sometimes. So it's not... I guess there are a couple of dashes, but I would have thought the Braum would be better into a quad melee comp from... I was learning to play chess again recently.
Oh, yeah?
And one of the big things you can do that Xiaohao's... He is going to hit 6 now. He's had to put himself out of position to do this. One of the things you do is try and simplify. You can fly out.
Can try and jump to the backline. Oh, nearly got the stun on the wall. Does that have a double stun? EDG now in danger. Dawning Shadow coming across. They taunt, though, onto one. Means Palkia goes down. They can't quite find the escape out. It ends up being a lot blown there for EDG, and they're losing one.
Great feather pullback. A Viego reset, something like that can be really important. LGD get themselves that first kill on the board. They'll get themselves the dragon. Grubs are spawning now, and no one's contesting them just yet. EDG got them off to an early lead. We haven't seen big trades around the map, and I think LGD are pretty happy scaling up with the Gwen. Dragon started. This could be a fight which EDG are looking for. No flash on the Viego.
Comes on down. XQW tries to get in the backside. Palkia goes down. They get the kill. TP coming on in. That's a stolen body on the Poppy. Gets tricky. Shockwave onto multiple members. Hero's entrance comes on down. Now between worlds, LGD have burned a lot of their cooldowns. Can they escape? Savior flashes out, but there's fear going down on top of the Galio. Big taunt on 3, but will still fall.
Xiaohao still had the paranoia at the end of that fight too. LGD had to get the hell out of dodge. They got the reset turret down. That gives them a huge win against the Nocturne, because the Nocturne really likes to play with strong towers still being alive, being able to play with that shallow vision. Parakeet going a little bit deep here.
Could be in trouble. Dawning Shadow comes across as 4 members looking at the Poppy, shoves away briefly. And all the while the Herald comes on down. They've managed to clear out most of the wave, and that might actually delay the turret going down a little bit. Arm backing away. Can't stick around too much longer. Turret goes down. Not quite time for EDG either. They nearly got the one bot side.
Fit strength largely uncontested in side lane. And this is a game which should hang on a second. That's the paranoia thrown out.
They're looking to get in the back. Shove onto the wall. Can't get to the blast code. They take it to prevent XQW from escaping.
Wall stun seals the kill. Palkia, good start to that play. Pulling on the ultimate of the center. Okay, well. Okay, for reasons beyond us, the TikTok stream has now been taken down. Oh, for God's sake. TikTok being TikTok. I'll do too much about that. That sucks. Not sure what to do about that one, sadly. But yeah. So TikTok's being weird. I think copyright stuff gets a little bit strange, even though it's technically our stream and we have co-stream rights for it. We'll have to.
Legally distinct. Like Palkia is legally distinct from Palkia.
That it is. LGD. Setting up around the Atakan. Intercan comes through once again.
Gonna try and jump onto it. I think LGD, this might feel a bit desperate to me, but it will force EDG into engaging onto them. YCX on a potential angle onto Arm, misses the crash down.
Xiaohao caught out on the side, but ults through to the other side. Now XQW caught out.
Gonna try and find some values. ADZ in potential danger, dodging away from those needles. XQW does about survive. No, he doesn't, because there's still damage afterwards with the command protect and shockwave combos all coming on through. A little bit of dissonance on top. A double to Angel. Sassy, Savior in danger. Featherstorm flash keeps Savior alive.
They rarely do in that sort of situation. So the Atakan not taken down in the fight itself, might just be taken down here as EDG get the best of that play. EDG and Group Nirvana for me have clearly been the best team. They're approaching fights better, their decision making has been cleaner, and their team fights have been. They want to give up the dragon and take the tower instead. Could still go for the fight.
Well, be gonna get some damage back. Work going on down.
YCX. Ow, On's damage.
Ow. Gets a lot of work done. Actually, there's doing a lot of work onto the front line. Trying to run away as the Rel shoved into the wall, though, is Sassy. Dawning Shadow comes across. Dragon stolen as well. Galio Hero's entrance comes on through, but unfortunately they are going between worlds as ZDZ goes across the veil. The double weirding! Climber has to ult away, but I think the heartbreak is for Viego. Your wife is long dead, and so, unfortunately, is the doll that contains her soul.
EDG find the fight they need to really break this game open. LGD don't find the Rel combo. It misses the
Angel. Threatening best they can here. Yeah, potentially a bit of damage here on the Climber, who's caught in that harrowed path, trying to get an angle on in. Jumped onto Angel, buys some time, gets into the pit, doesn't matter. EDG get the Baron, but what about the fight after? The TPs come on through. Paranoia put on down. Does that allow them to run away well enough? Climber throwing down the ultimate, speeding himself up. Does not hit the Spectral more. Angel trying to trade on out here. Shockwave pulls them back. I think Angel still dies. Big shutdown going the way of the Gwen.
So 2 kills, and LGD did get their jungler into the pit. From that position, it's about as good as it can get for LGD, but they were from that last play around the Atakan, EDG, around the Dragon rather. Mid lane turret will be taken, EDG will still have the Baron. Doesn't have flash, has the spellbook exhaust and the heal, makes it harder for him to land a big engage. EDG controlling the map, they'll be able to take the mid lane inner turret, so the Baron power play will look a little bit better. Look, the number in the top left-hand side of the screen doesn't look that fantastic, right? But with these towers going down, it will get much, much better. And the map control they've gained
when possible. Turrets being assaulted. Should be able to turn around. Sassy into the back line. In comes the hero's entrance, but the Poppy ult knocks the Gwen away. Xiao now turns onto YCX. ZDZ gets a huge chunk onto the Rel, who is looking more and more like a failed Uma Musume run. Just, doesn't have the stamina to keep on going.
Nah, didn't get swinging Maestro and just rolled bad on the training. Had too many mood downs, and YCX will be departing this one before all goals are completed. Pushing in the mid lane, EDG. This has been a fairly clean series from them. They have consistently looked like the best team in Group Nirvana. We thought that when they showed this roster at the start of the year, or parts of this roster, because there have been some changes to it as well with Palkia coming in, we thought that they should be competing for...
That it is. EDG find themselves in a good position. It was a little bit slower early on. Again, only like 5 kills in 20 minutes. Was a little bit nervous in some ways, but as the game's gone on, the individual leads are growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Climber flashed on out of Palkia's attempted engage. Slow zone flash. YCX Climber down those summoner spells.
LGD have the flash back up on the Rel, and that's just the biggest thing they have, isn't it? Got to try and find out
the grey box.
Yeah, it's just come back in. Sorry, I didn't even know you were talking about that one. Actually, I was looking about some of the rest of the stuff. Oh no! Just onto the Poppy. Failed engage.
And in comes the paranoia, and somewhere out there, Ozzy Osbourne is smiling, as we all know exactly what's happened, as no one's helping with their minds or their fights this time around. Savior caught within that steadfast presence, and ensuring that this particular domain is the owner, or under the ownership and auspice of the Pokemon god of Space Palkia.
That's not exactly a Black Sabbath, it's the Black Monday instead. It's the day of the week, but yeah, they can't rely on their Iron Horse to do the Iron Man's job. LGD failed the engage enough times. EDG, better drafts, better macro, better team fights. A parading ult, a party ultimate from Palkia as EDG go 4-0 in the group stage, in the Nirvana group.
Palkia gets a triple at the end of that. That's wonderfully wild. Onto the turrets we go. LGD end up in a pretty difficult position, to say the least. 11,000 gold down now, 1 and 2. EDG commandingly leading Group Nirvana 4-0.